For the Electrolysis Mini Lab, you're going to be using a number of pieces of equipment. One of them will be this type of wire called nichrome wire. It's an alloy, meaning a mixture of metals, nickel, chromium. And I need to fold it so that it can go into the petri dish. I'm assuming you know what a petri dish is. And the wire needs to lie flat. You need to make the wire lie flat. So I'm bending it a little bit, and I'm making a little curve on the outside so that the wire will lie flat in the dish. I want two parallel lines. I can use tape to secure the ends outside the dish. That looks pretty good. So I've got two parallel lines there, and I've still got enough wire on the outside to clip onto. So these are nichrome electrodes. You're going to also have to pour a solution into the petri dish. It should be such that the wires are mostly submerged. Doesn't have to be 100% submerged, so like the end of this wire is out of the liquid is okay. I don't want to touch the liquid much with my fingers. But it's mostly submerged. Then your battery you're using is going to be this kind of battery. It's a 6-volt battery. It'll tell you on the top plus and minus, so look at the labels so you know which electrode is the cathode and which is the anode, which way the electrons will flow. The recommended way to connect the wires to the battery is to jam this end of your patch cord into the spring. So if I do that, that's a pretty secure connection. Put the other one on the other side. Again, pretty secure connection. And then I can hook these up to the ends of the wires. Sometimes when you do this, the wire will jump out of the dish, and if so, then you have to reset things up. But if you've done a good job, then you can connect both ends and have the electrode wires still submerged. That's the setup, the basic setup for the Electrolysis Mini Lab. For part 2 of the lab, you'll need a graphite electrode. You're going to reuse one of your nichrome wires. Probably you'll need to retape it. The graphite electrode will tend to roll around. So what you want is for the electrodes to be far apart. So I can kind of move this over. You'll also notice I have a white background. So this piece of paper came from the buffet table. It'll help you see colors easier, as well as being a writing surface. So I'm going to hook up my wires, and I have to be a little thoughtful here. The graphite electrode, if you tip it like this, it's not in the solution. That looks pretty good there. Parallel lines, some distance between them. The parallel is not really important, but some distance between is important. And then I can hook up my electrodes as seen before. That's still fine. And that's a decent setup for part 2.